All right, I'm back for the afternoon session. The last hour and a half of trading. Hold on, let me get a sip of water. So, I want to work on annotating charts because I feel like annotating a chart allows for more well managed planning and execution. Well, I guess from a point of view of taking action, it develops the conviction necessary to maintain my convictions when it seems like shit's going south. So it's like creating anchors for a plan, right? All right, so this weekly chart. Last week we broke out of the summer consolidation. Then this week we drove lower into this first gap location. We picked the liquidity inside this location and we caught a hard bounce. Now we're teetering on the lower edge of the summer consolidation, and there's potential for the market to break the high of week. I know it seems like kind of unbelievable. Maybe not from this weekly chart, but it seems like a lot of range for it to potentially happen today, but it could happen. It could happen today. You best believe it could happen today. All right. Daily chart. Large volume pushes into the Pro Bar wick. Then the market catches a gnarly fucking bid. Day long bidding. And it turns into a war. And we gain this order, and it creates this huge daily Pro Bar order block. It's the type of behavior that a lot of the times signals a reversal. See? Like here it didn't, but we also have this location, this daily location. Caught the bounce on that location. Here, not here. This one was massive. So, what I notice with these daily order blocks is that the market often will come like all the way down to here, like somewhere down here, and then it catches its bounce. It doesn't have to, but that is what happens on the lower time frames, and there's not really a reason to suspect that that can't happen on the higher time frame like this daily. I'm mentioning this because sometimes when the market like just leaves without a full test, I tend to think of these types of behaviors as now invalid if it gets back down, but that's not true according to the observations I have. This sort of behavior, if it tests down here, often finds buyers again. So we have this Nash channel, top this Nash channel at 500, which is a very important level today, the 500 level. H4. H4, we get the bounce. We see the break of the channel, retest into the last leg volume point of control and into this 4-hour gap, and a crazy bounce with the Pro Bar wick here. So I've marked the 50% line of the Pro Bar wick, which is right down here at 71, which is the VPOC on the 1 minute. Switching over to the 60 minute, we see the huge selling this morning at the open, a bounce, a wick, another attempt, and a lack of ability to continue, leaving behind this order with this untested mean threshold, which is lower on the 1 minute and that location actually looks a lot nicer on the 1 minute too. All right, on the 15-minute chart, we see this. So we see big seller, push, bounce, catch, bounce, retest the 50% mark, which is 500 on the dot for the big seller, and the market breaks. So right now on the 15-minute chart, we see sellers. So on the weekly, the daily, the 4-hour chart, we have buying. On the 60-minute chart, we have a retest of a selling location. On the 15-minute chart, we're potentially kicking off a selling maneuver. We also know that there's a 50% chance that the high or low of the week is taken on Friday afternoon. And we know that the high of the week is at 762. And we have these vulnerable stops here. We have tons of stops up here. So what looks like could be happening is the market is in a higher time frame reversal and is looking to go long. But right now the market is counter rotating on the lower time frame charts. So There is potential for me to have a short. I'm saying this first and foremost because it's like the more controversial trade or the lesser quality trade. I would probably call it a C grade trade. But we could have this Nash channel break on the M15 chart play out. If we get a last leg volume point of control migration to the high, and then we see strong selling behavior. But for now, right now on the 15-minute chart, the market is just rejecting this seller. The trade that I believe is higher probability currently is to attack this high and these stops into the end of the week. So in order to engage in that trade, I need to see the market close this gap. And then a retest into it. It doesn't have to retest into it. Like I could just miss that entry and catch a continuation entry after that. But I need to see this gap closed. Then we have more than enough range for tests higher and potential for an end of day squeeze. All right. If we experience selling, then this is my 15-minute location down here. The reason why I'm saying that this is actually it's like here. The reason why I'm saying that is because on this 1 hour chart, we have this order block that has not been fully tested into the mean threshold. So on the 1 minute chart, this is my long location. Okay. Let's just put that in there. Long location. We'll create our plan for a short. Shorts only if M15 last leg volume point of control. Longs if M15 gap above closed. All right, so now we see that that last leg just shifted. On this M1 chart, we see stops on both sides here. Stops, stops, stops. Right. Stops. 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 Buy stops. Sell stops. And we don't really have much volume taking place here, so we may need 1500 to kick us into gear. All right. So let's just let this thing develop. That's our plan. The long plan is like maybe a little bit shaky because I have to wait for the closure of the gap, but that is just what has to happen for me because I can't go long into that selling location. That's for someone else to do. All right, I got 300 push-ups to do. Three hundred push-ups and then heavy. Heavy lifting. I also have to do back extensions. My neck has been like a little tight, and I just want to work on those muscles. Look at that. Not even a clear direction on this on the M1. It leaves behind these two gaps, but doesn't continue on the Pro Bar. So we're in game mode here. Because we're above the M15, last leg, volume point of control. So I can't go short. And we're below the 15-minute gap. But look what happened on this pick. But this behavior here, to not immediately pick the swing, it's weird. It's like I see it looks like a cup and maybe the handle. What do we see taking place? We didn't even pick that. So it looks like it's likely to get a pick. I don't love the signature. All right, so we sweep here. And we're below the 28 last leg for now. But look at that. That doesn't really look like continuation to the downside. Playing games. I feel FOMO. Wow. Holy shit. Look at that candle. And then the wick. Games. Games being played. Journal. Less like volume point of control migrated. But this is counter trend. And the chop is on. The chop is on. The chop. Get to the chopper. Get to the chopper. Poor continuation after the sweep. Comma. This is not what a great Pro Bar signature should look like. A short here would have been blasted. Bless the short. Nash channel break, comma. Weak Pro Bar signature in choppy environment. Period. Medium FOMO intensity. Even knowing that the Pro Bar signature is weak and the market's playing games, I still felt that shit. Yes. Edge protected, comma. Instead of journaling a loss that's completely useless and a total lack of patience and discipline, comma, I get to journal this win, comma, and continue push-ups. Clean pass. Clean pass. Failed. Fuck yeah. This thing is looking like it's slip sliding away. But you know, not going to be surprised if I see the market test back down into here or here and revert. Definitely not in a rush to get involved in this trade. The M1 behavior and the M15 behavior need to be immaculate. There's that neckline test that we so frequently see. That's a high probability risk neutral location in most environments for like a 1-to-1. You have a 5-point stop and that thing went 12 points. So for higher risk trades, where the entry is more risky, probabilistically, it makes the most sense to get my risk off quicker. Which means taking a 1-to-1 and just riding it out. Or you take a 1-to-1, but if you think that the area could get picked, you leave it some space with a tighter stop, wider stop. I don't know if I like that. A few ticks, like a little bit under it. That's where a true risk neutral could pay off, because if you're right on the half that you're riding for free, you're making an outsized return. But the half that you're covering it really quickly in a risky location. So it balances. $11 more sets. These push-ups are going quick. So notice like that every move is contested here. And then we just barely poked our head over here. Barely poke our head under here. Leave stops here, vulnerable. Barely poke under here. Every level's been tested. This gets tested. This gets tested. This gets tested. Here on the buy side, here gets tested. Here gets tested. This gets tested again. This area is very dangerous. Scalper's paradise. Living in the scalper's paradise. We've been spending most our lives living in the scalper's paradise. $1,500. I wonder if there's a metric like at these big figures, the direction of the pro bar at the hour, if it has anything predictive about it. That may be back testable. I mean, I know it is. But maybe Grok could do it? So if we get a pro bar blast through here, we could see a longing move potentially start up. Here's another shot. Liquidity at 60. Big. Big. This is the zone here. 80. 80, watch for resistance. Oh, pro bar through the swing. Hey, Arn.
I'm bringing it up because I'm really impressed with what happened. I got a guy, T-A-I-L-O-R. I got a guy who he's an ex-police sergeant, and now he just does fucking like tickets. And I had a fucking couple pointer, and he got it down to a parking ticket and no points. So we had a problem. This is the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I especially in New York, like they don't fuck around anymore. So, I'm just bringing it up to in case it comes up in your search, you yourself for your searches. This is definitely, I mean, really still far.
Oh, yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, dude, no points is the way to go. So,
Yeah, no shit.
I'll pay $1,000. Just give me no fucking points.
Yeah.
No losing my fucking license. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I hear you. Then we're gonna have to get you a fake ID and call you Pablo or something.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, at that point, I'm gonna become a sovereign citizen, and I'm going anywhere. I'm going anyway.
Yeah, we'll be in Costa Rica by then.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. That's it. All right. So yeah, things are. That's it.
All right. I'll let you know how things develop. I got a lot of things brewing.
Yeah, there's like a couple things going on. All right. Well, yeah, it's all good stuff though.
Yep. I sent him a text to tell him that both jobs may be starting next week. And I didn't hear from him yet, but I'll be talking to him soon.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Does he have a pickup truck?
No.
Do you have like anything that he can like put stuff into? Is like how is he gonna like get a ladder over there for the flashing job?
He'll figure it out. He needs the money. He'll figure it out.
I like the way you think. But yeah, he's gonna need like. I think the flashing unfortunately only comes in like big bundles.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just hold on to it until the next job comes. Because they only need like one section of it.
Yep.
This truck don't let me go. You gotta go with it, Mike.
Come on.
And then the flat, yeah, that's it. Yep. And then he's gonna have to get over there and get up in the air and tools.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, boss.
Adios.
Adios. Pup girl. Where's my pup girl? Oh, there she is. Oh, good job, Roy girl. You want some water? Want some water? So I clearly see a buying location. $5.35. Nash channel break. Stops. This is a daily Nash channel break trade. Daily Nash channel break. I'm changing my plan. But it's certainly a We've also inversed this gap on the M60. That M60 gap being inversed is pretty important. So that is my way in, and this is a structured trade. Believe it or not. If this breaks, then I'll anticipate a deeper test. And we have 50. So I'll front rush 50 at this 50% line.
Ate this?
Oh yeah, eat it.
How come you?
Nice. About what? With the guy? What's his name?
No, Henry Schein,
Yeah.
the sales team.
Oh.
It would have went really, really well.
Oh yeah, because you might be hiring a sales team.
Well, no, it's to teach Henry Schein sales team how to sell for us.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. And they make a commission of every sale.
But we use their products.
Fuck.
What?
I'm gonna trade now.
Oh, you put their food in the fridge?
Yeah. No problem.
Riley, you wanna come? Wanna come?
I see selling on Bookmap. We see Wix. If this thing just fucking blasts, that's our target. Mm. 50% test here. All right, we're just riding this out into the sunset. I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped. I'm riding for free. That's pretty fucking sweet. I want to hold this thing into the close because I want some skin in the game. If the market will give it to me. Give me some skin in the game. Devin, give me some skin in the game. I don't know. I got ceviche and seafood salad. Yeah. Yep, I did that. All right. All right, that's not a bad reaction. We could catch a bounce off that. Bookmap seller. Trapped. Maybe. If we can get above 75. Or that could just... we see another seller here on Bookmap. So if these sellers get overwhelmed, it's squeeze a time. It's squeeze a time. It's a squeezy time. All right. We're just going to do push-ups. Battle. I'm happy to be out of the noise and hidden behind the swing. I hope it holds. I hope it holds. It's a good entry, 51. That's where it all was, see? That's where all the wicks are. And I almost entered at 54, and I moved it down. Because I was like, if this breaks, it's going long. Meaning deep. Oh, shit. Here it comes. All right. That got swept. We made 750. So now what? Now what? This thing is really making me holler for $1, huh? Untested mean threshold. That's definitely means for caution in this environment. Coming into 1545, liquidity pulled overhead. A pro bar continuation. The squeeze Atropolis has started without me. Maybe. Look at that, 32. I had my stop below the first candle, and then I was like, man, I know what happens there. I got to be under the next one. But nonetheless, it still got me. I could have had a deeper entry, even deeper. But the 51 is completely fine. Because if I would have had my entry at like 48 and then it tested into only 50, that would have seriously fucking bothered me. And then I decided to take my risk off because of the choppy environment. So I get like 16-point scale. So I tighten up. 51. Scale was at, stop was at 40. Came down to 33, so there's hardly a way I was getting out of this thing alive with these wicks here. That's just the way it is. $15.50 soon. Now, what if I touched absolutely nothing? I would have been shitting my pants at the 72 test. I would have been like thinking, why the fuck did I not just take off my risk and move my stop? There's a swing here. Then it would have missed my stop. By 2 points. Now I'd be up 2R. So that would have been a fucking roller coaster ride. So now we're at this key level 500. We're at the value area high. The market does not have to squeeze, but it does have stops above. Big rejection. All right, now just for shits and giggles. That's the trade. I see it. But it's counter trend. On the other hand, if we break, could be fun. We have 1.5 minutes. If this thing breaks, well then, it's a very important structure to be broken. Very important. We'd have to see a close above and the continuation push in order for this to be pretty fucking risky. A half size trade. $20 big ones. Can I get a, oh shit? Let's just see what happens here. 46. Look at that little baby. Coming into the close. Did it hit it? So would have missed that by a point. Less than a point. Coming into the close. Fairly uneventful close. We had the sellers above. And they held. And here's the sweepopotamus. It's fun to watch. Made $7. Finished this week with 18 trades. I think this week. 12 trades this week. Wow, 12 trades on the week. A little over 2 trades a day. But look at this week. This was a big miss from an extraordinarily profitable week. But yeah, big winners still. $708. I hit a 4R winner. 30% win rate with almost a 4-to-1 this week on these 12 trades. Which is, can't ask for anything more than that. With a 4-to-1, I only need to be profitable like think 20% of the time. I only need to win 20% of the time. So I won 30% of the time. But this could have went up a lot, which would have risen this number to like 6 or something, or 7. So 12 trades, 5 days, right? How many days? 5 days. Can't ask for anything more than switching back to my own style of trading and immediately having a winning week. All right. GG.